Boogety, 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 JB. What an intro we just had.
I know. Hopefully no one heard that.
Oh, it's okay.
Or caught any of that.
But welcome back to Fast and Loose with JB Smooth and Chase L. He's fast, I'm loose, and we're here breaking it down, talking NASCAR, a little bit of Talladega action. And JB, before we dive into the racing, we got some new stuff up here on the
We
desk.
do, man. You hit the mother load over the weekend. I know you FaceTimed me and was like, you had a box, not a box, but a little storage bin of stuff and more stuff and more stuff. Like every single turn I looked on your camera, like you had more stuff that you found back from your mom gave you all this stuff.
Yeah. Speaking of the mother load, my mom had all of my NASCAR stuff in storage from when I was a young lad. Born in 98, conceived in 97. That's when the collection started. Before I even came out of the womb, I was collecting NASCARs. Got a bunch of these like unopened that I used to hang on my wall. Was never allowed to play with. Only got to look at them.
They are collectibles now, man. Look at this stuff.
These were the cars I got to play with. Matt Kenseth obviously got my two favorite drivers up here. My Dale Earnhardt rug, which you can't really see the best, but it is a rug.
It is a nice rug. It's classic.
Yeah, it's in the shape of the car, the number 3 classic Goodwrench GM, and rocking and rolling. We have the old classic Wrangler number 3 25th anniversary car of Dale Earnhardt. We got the 124 die-cast Sterling Marlin. John Wayne Sabio.
Interesting.
Picking up Pilgrim.
This is really interesting right here. Like, I don't know if they can see the front of it, but the whole John Wayne concept of this car.
Hell yeah. For the John Wayne Cancer Institute. Rolled that back in the day. Like I said, Team Sabco or Sab? I think it's
Sabco.
So like, it's a little tough to read the script on it on the side as opposed to like the more plain font on the hood. But yeah, I mean that. I was never a big Sterling Marlin fan. The neighbors down the street were. It was funny. Like everybody in the neighborhood kind of had like their different drivers that they rocked with, and like the neighbors down the street, they had a little. It was like a little air decoration. It like spun, and it was it was like the Coors Light number 40. Sterling. That was his main sponsor. That was his main sponsor.
Okay.
But they also got like my Mac. I got another Matt Kenseth diecast, a more like classic, throwback. But obviously it's like. I see that card on it takes me back. It's like they haven't run that paint job in a while. Matt Kenseth, the last Winston Cup champion, got his commemorative 03 hauler right there, still in the
Shout
box,
out.
unopened. And last but not least, JB, I don't know if you saw in theaters, they're coming out with the 20th anniversary screening of Star Wars Episode 3: Revenge of the Sith.
You know what? A couple of my friends were actually out watching that screening as well too.
Hell yeah! I think our guy Spenny went out to it, and I happened to be like digging through my treasures, and I forgot I had this, but it is the Star Wars Episode 1 Phantom Menace
my
collectible winner's circle car that Jeff Gordon drove. I want to say he drove it actually at Dega. I'd have to double check, but
you need to Google and check out how much that is worth right now, because I guarantee you can make some money off that.
My roommate, because we were going through it, he saw it really fast. I was showing him, like, yo, check out all this cool stuff I got, and then I was like, yo, check this one out, and he was like immediately like, yeah, this is like worth $80 right now online on eBay, and we were just kind of going through all like some of my other stuff. No plans on selling it. I love it all. This is like some of like the some of the stuff like I had from like when I was a child, like some stuff I like literally never was allowed to like play with or look at, like only look at, and so part of me selfishly wants to hang on to it and just stare at it until I die. So I guess like honestly, we'll have a bunch of cool stuff that we'll keep rocking and rolling up here like week to week. The rug will be here all the time. That's a new staple of the show for sure. But
yeah.
I mean, I got a ton of these different 124 die casts. I got a ton of these different. Not only do I have the Wrangler number 3 Dale, I got the classic GM Goodwrench in the same size. I got the Dale Jr. In the same version. I've got a couple of like, and I'll keep bringing these in. Some of them are a little bit more banged up and whatnot, but I got a little frosted mini wheats box instead of the cereal inside though. One side.
I remember you showing me that one. Yeah,
one side's Jeff Gordon. Rainbow
so
Warriors.
Unique how they used to package those cars back then, man.
Yeah, dude, my parents kept talking about that one too. Like, you find that one in there. You find that one in there because they were like they apparently that one's like worth a lot. And really
I can imagine. Trust me.
There's there's like a diamond box or diamond shaped box.
Yeah,
it's like the pole winner and the race winner from the Brickyard 400, and it's got Jeff Gordon, Dale Earnhardt on there, the pole winner and race winner. So just couple of the goats, couple of the legends, and I've been wanting and trying to get this stuff back, JB, since before we even started this show. So for like 2-3 months, almost like 4 months, I've been wanting this stuff, and finally got it back. Happy to get it back, and like happy to be sharing it with the rest of our audience. Obviously, our guy Vincent hooked us up. You know, I was able to get
Shout
some
out
of those
Vincent.
cool, the Casey Kane and the Elliott Sadler diecast. Happy to add those to the collection and be able to show off a little bit more of what we got here. You know, on the desk and you know, in the pockets, you know, of the Fast and Loose, you know, studio and in the Fast and Loose closet, essentially.
And like I said, man, you hit the mother load when you showed me all this stuff, and I completely agree with you about having to keep everything still in the boxes, keeping them prestige and unopened and everything like that, because I'm going through that process right now of a lot of things that I collect that I'm just like, you know what, it needs to stay in the box. I don't know for how long, but it's just gonna stay in the box. I can only stare at it.
I hear you. I had this one thing. It's still in the box. It's like a little RC, like Tonka, like Dale Earnhardt car. And my mom was like, "Yeah, like we got you one. Like we got you 2 of them. Like this one that you never opened, and then
That's what you got to do.
and then the one that you used to play with." And I was like, "Yeah, I remember that a little bit." And you know, it's obviously like I have this stuff now, and it's like it's so cool. I'm happy like it's never open. Obviously, it's a little dusty and whatnot, but hey, who cares? Like this stuff.
Yeah, come on.
Like yeah, some stuff I like always wanted that I didn't realize I had. Like the Davey Allison Talladega scheme. It's like a white and black split paint job with the gold 28 Haviline sponsor. And I have that car. It's Ernie Irvin driven in like 96 or like something like, I think 97 maybe. Not the Davey Allison because he passed in 93, sadly, but still a badass paint job, and it's a cool ass car. I don't have the 124, I got the 164, but still, nonetheless, have that. That's sick as hell. And then I also found something else, JB. I was showing you those 144s. They're like the size of like
those
my
are
pinky
really
right here.
unique. I will say that because obviously they're not making any more of those,
Yeah.
and like they're just so rare, man. Like you don't know who has these anymore.
Not only were they like the 144s, but they were trucks. They were like the,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, obviously like don't have all this stuff here to show you guys, but it will be coming. Like I said, so stay tapped in. If some of this stuff sounds cool, you want to maybe see what this stuff is that we're talking about. Just keep tuning in.
Yeah.
Keep checking out Fast and Loose because all this stuff is going to be on display here on the desk. We'll get some cool videos. Maybe me just kind of like going a little bit of a tour of the collection and stuff like that.
That would be sweet,
You know?
actually. I like that
we'll
idea.
Start doing some like shorts and stuff like that. Just like, you know, like a hey, like, check out my haul type deal. So
And then we can mix in the old school with the new school.
hell yeah, absolutely. But speaking of the new school, JB, you ready?
There was a race. There was a race this weekend.
100%. They had a big race, but no big wreck. A couple of little wrecks.
Little wrecks here and there. I was
yeah.
going to say, wait.
And, you know, one of those wrecks hurt me a little bit because
Where Ryan Blaney.
I was just, 2 wrecks hurt me because yeah, obviously our guy Ryan Blaney. Maybe we've been putting the bad luck on him, having his hauler up here and talking about how much we love him. And stuff like that. Maybe we're bad luck. So let's only honor the retired guys. You know. And
Only honor the retired guys.
we can't curse any of these dudes. They're not, you know. So, you know, but yeah, obviously Ryan Blaney gets taken out. Which
His
sucked.
4th this season
Yeah.
of not finishing, man.
And it's not his fault.
It's not his fault.
his
It's really
fault.
not. It's really
Like,
not.
He had his engine blow up in Miami. Obviously he got taken out here. Off the top of my head, I can't remember right now the other 2 DNFs, but he has. But still, it's like the man's right there, and he's got a
close.
fast car week to week, and you've seen how well Penske performed. I mean, like
Yes.
Joey Logano would have gotten his first top 5 of the year.
Ah.
Austin Cindric got his first win of the year. Episode 7 of Fast and Loose, we did call out Austin Cindric.
Just saying. Just saying.
Keep an eye on. So a couple casuals who know a little bit about NASCAR, but shout out Austin Cindric taking it home for the win for Penske. Tight finish down at the end, JB.
It was a very tight finish at the end. Those last couple laps, man, it just seemed like they were just bumper to bumper, and cars were stacked up 3 high, just trying to make some headway out of this whole race. And it was a tight race the whole way through.
100%, and it was a tighter finish, I would say. Although, you know, after the fact, we kind of learned that it wouldn't have mattered either way. Ryan Preece, who ended up finishing 2nd, failed post-race inspection, along with Joey Logano, who's had a little bit of a rougher year. Would have secured his first top 5. Failed post-race inspection as well. Those guys finished 38th and 39th, literally second to last and last in the race. So, like guys like Ryan Blaney, DNF, like they get a better finish than the DQs.
That's really rough though, and I went back and actually looked at what the violations were. It was for their spoilers.
Yeah, it was
because
like
it wasn't
many and one missing bolt.
Yes,
yeah.
there was one missing bolt. It wasn't tightened down fast enough, so that just sucks. That you could just lose a race like that. I didn't even know like that was possible.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. I mean, like there's a lot of like specs and stuff like that that go into it to keep the racing fair and like certain like tolerances and like measurements that they're like allowed, within for the racing specs and whatnot. So, sucks. I mean, I'm a fan of RFK. Obviously, like you see, like obviously I'm rocking all this Matt Kenseth stuff when he was with Roush. So I've always been a Roush fan from when I was a kid, and seeing RFK perform well, I was hoping to get a good race out of Keselowski, and he got kind of tore up.
That wreck going in the pit roll, man.
He was who kind of spun around and like ended up tapping into the back end of Ryan Blaney. So both of their days were ended early. But you saw Ryan Preece up there at the top, and then
who Alfredo?
Yeah, Anthony Alfredo. He doesn't.
I was like, who is this guy? Like, wait, winning stage 2? Like what?
Not a full-time driver. I think actually Bubba Wallace.
Bubba Wallace stage 2.
But he was up there.
He was up there, yeah.
He led a good chunk of stage 2 from the beginning of the stage, all the way contending through the end of it. And that is a play, JB, on the Talladega Nights like car.
Get out of here.
Well, like if you look at the font and everything, that is exactly like the same font. It's not the it's not the paint job where it's like the black and orange with the me, but it is 100% like meant to like stylize that, and that's why they raced it. Like obviously they're not in every race. We haven't seen him at Bristol. We didn't see him, in Martinsville. But
that's fair.
But where we're at Talladega, and this is where like they're going to come out. They'll be at bigger other tracks and stuff like that as well too, probably. But
I was just confused. I'm like, Alfred, who is this guy? Like, wait a minute, he's leading the pack. What?
Not a full-time driver, but or like a full-time team, but like they're out there, and it's. They obviously take a little bit of a different strategy. They don't go into the pits after the stage 1, stay out there. Stage 2,
okay.
And that's kind of what allowed them to kind of be up at the front and keep running with the big dogs and stuff. So, I mean, fun car. Maybe that homage makes it into the car of the week rankings.
You don't know. You got to stay tuned.
We'll see. I mean, that's kind of like, honestly, it's what I look forward to the most every week. Obviously, we enjoy the races and stuff, but I can't wait to like hop online, see who's going to be driving what. And then
that's what I look forward to every week too.
I think like seeing them like on the website and then seeing them on the track too. Like you have certain cars that you're like, you know what, looks better than I thought.
Yeah,
I don't want to say
you gotta see it on the track.
I don't ever think there's a car that I'm like, that doesn't look as good as I thought. But I definitely think there's some cars that are like, that looks better than I thought.
Because as you said, once you see them on paper, it's like, all right, this could be cool. But once you actually see them out there running on the track, it's like, all right, this looks a lot better than the pictures that we've been seeing.
Yeah, and also too, like it's just like a side profile of the car too. When you
get
the full hood
see
in there
the full hood, the whole 360 view of it.
That definitely makes a difference too. But continuing on with the race, JB, pulling up my notes really fast.
Yeah.
So it's put up. We had the stage winners. We had Kyle Larson, Bubba Wallace, and then Austin Cindric with the win. Kyle Larson.
Come on, Bubba.
Yeah. So your guy, I say Kyle Larson, pretty good race for him. I think he ended up finishing top 10 as well. I have to double check. But he heard a lot of chatter prior to the race, him not being like the best at super speedways and stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah. And,
it's a lot of disrespect, huh?
Well, yeah, I mean, if you want to call it that, I'd say like it's just maybe like a little bit of like a, I don't know, just like a, I don't want to say like a realization, but just like a strengths and weaknesses type deal. Like he's it's not like his strength necessarily, but obviously was able to get the stage win, fought hard, and pulled out like a tight finish. So I was happy to I'm stumbling over my words right now talking about Kyle Larson, but
probably because you have someone in the back of your head who finished top 10.
Yeah. Well, obviously we talked about the second place finish that was no more, and the second to last now for Ryan Preece, and then the top 5 are Joey Logano. So with the those 2 DQs, obviously the running order, all those other cars get bumped up, and we get a Mickey Mouse top 10 finish for the good old Austin Dillon. Mickey Mouse took all of his wins. All 5 of them in 11 years. Are you like JB? If
You're so upset that he's top 10.
I'm not even that upset that he's top 10 because it's like, oh, those guys got DQ'd. So like I said, it's Mickey Mouse. Like
you lucked up and gotten in the top 10 is basically wasn't
100p. So I've gotten all of my Austin Dillon hate, not out of my heart. It'll always be there, but I've ranted and raved about that man. He's gotten enough of my my time and attention.
It's fair.
Yeah, he's at the back of the pack, and I'll get worked up again about him. But I'm surrounded by all my Dale stuff and all my old NASCAR stuff, so it's like I can't even think about, I'm not even thinking about the trash when I'm looking at all my treasures. So
true. That's very factual. Shout out to Cindric once again. He didn't even want to take the traditional roses wreath off of himself during the post game interviews. Or post race interviews, I should say. So he just rocked that the whole entire time too. You could tell he was so happy and excited to win.
Hell yeah! Happy to see him get back in victory lane. I like Austin Cindric. I mean, I'm a fan of the Team Penske, that discount tire car, that paint job. I've talked about it before. Like I have an opinion.
You have.
That paint job is just, it looks good. I liked his fire suit way more than I liked his car. I don't necessarily like how they do like and obviously they're the main sponsor of Menards with the team, but I didn't like, it was like Menards, but then they had the Quaker State hood. It just is like,
it was
go all out with the green Quaker State
different
card.
Yeah,
I like the green.
I like the green as well too.
So I dug the fire suit. I thought the green and yellow was just kind of like it looks like a high vis construction like suit type thing, and I didn't hate it, but it's just I don't know, thought it could have been better. I thought he had there's 3 Penske cars, and I think you could have rated his paint job 3 of 3.
Oh,
yeah. I think Ryan Blaney's had the better one, and then Logano, he's just driving.
It's just
that's just Logano.
That's just him.
Like you just, certain drivers mix it up a little bit. Logano is typically in that 22 yellow Shell Pennzoil.
Like so, you just know week to week. Like
yeah, it's nice to have those staples. Especially with as we see there's talk about the diminishing sponsors and stuff like that with the NASCAR. So it's good to see certain drivers and certain brands kind of staying strong and those relationships holding foot. But obviously we're just talking about some of the cars, JB. I think maybe a good time to jump into those car of the week rankings.
Yeah.
You've been letting me go first a lot lately, so I'd love for you to kick us off, my guy. I'd love to give you the floor.
I got you.
Hear who you rank as your honorary mentions, and then obviously who gets the crown as Mr. JB Smooth.
I definitely think we're going to have a lot of the similar cars on our top list.
I wouldn't be surprised. I
think one is going to surprise you, though.
Okay.
One is going to surprise you. Honorable mentions, number 3, I got to go with Tyler Reddick driving the number 45 Xfinity mobile car. There's something about that purple, white, and silver that just kind of mixes very well together.
I like how they were matching to him and Bubba Wallace. They're similar color themes and schemes and
you can definitely tell all right, we're the same race team. Let's try to be unique together. Yeah. I thought that was cool. Number 2, Cody Ware driving the 51 RVs and AC Barbecue.
Welcome to the roast beef side, JB.
I was black with the smoke all around it as well too, including the Arby's logo. I was like, that's kind of cool.
It was
that's kind of cool.
It was pretty badass.
Like a food car, I can't believe this. But number 1 overall, which is one I think we both had the same. Daniel Suarez, the Windy Swirl. It was just beautiful. It was just magical. That's a fly car. That's a fire car. I don't care what anyone says. I seen that at the beginning of the week and immediately sent it to you. I was like, this is my car of the week. I don't care.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I kind of immediately, I think we both looked at each other and we were like, yeah, I think we know what car of the week's going to be for both of us.
It was just so sweet, man.
It was a badass car.
And to top it off, they even had the Wendy's Frosties there at the race as well too, so the drivers could enjoy them.
Did you see the broadcast team were trying to make?
They were trying to make.
I had a really. After we get to car of the week, JB, I want to jump back into the broadcast. I want things I want to talk about that I loved about the broadcast, and some things that I found a little annoying.
Okay, I got you.
But yeah, car of the week, fantastic. The swirl, amazing, and
so I want that car.
It was delicious. I'd love to go. I was so jealous seeing them like make it because I was like, I'd love to give it a shot. Try to make like a really good one, a really cool one. But yeah, I dig that. I like that the Arby's car made it on there too.
The
JB.
Arby's car,
Like,
yes,
yeah,
it did,
yeah.
man. Got to show the food.
Maybe I'm rubbing
sponsor
off
some
on you a
love.
little bit.
I think you are somehow, some way.
That's okay. I say, you're rubbing off on me. I'm making you a little looser. You're making me a little faster. But diving into my cars of the week, my number 2 honorary mention, that third car just kind of slipped in there. I was really unsure. The two I undoubtedly, and you see like a thematic, a thematic pattern in my top 2 cars. But number 3, it could have gone in a couple different directions. I was kind of just like mulling it over, looking around, and then I think it took into account a little bit of the pits in this ranking too. Because I just on the side of the number 71 Michael McDowell Spire Motorsports car, it just says gunk, and I thought
I
it was
didn't understand
funny.
that. I was like,
I mean, it was like purple and orange, or no, like a blue and orange, kind of like Boise State-ish colors, or maybe like purple and orange. Like
I was just so confused by that. Like, what?
I thought it was. I don't know what gunk is. I think it's a funny name. Reminds me of Impractical Jokers. Q's like.
Tony Gunk.
Yeah, that like pseudonym, alias, and stuff like that. And I liked how on the wall of their pit stall it just said gunk on it. So I was like, as I was kind of like looking back through the cars trying to make my third choice, I was like, you know what? Gunk's funny. I think
gunk it.
Gunk it up, baby. So I was like, fuck it, Michael McDowell, let's give him some love. My dad likes Michael McDowell too. So
shout out.
A little love to my dad.
Shout out to Pops.
So, but number 2, you know what, JB? Just to mix it up a little bit, I'm gonna put number 2. I'm gonna put the Wendy's swirl car because there was no surprise. There was no surprise that was gonna be in there. So we'll mix it up a little bit.
Also,
like
number 1 is a shakeup. All right.
Number 1's gonna be a little bit of shakeup. Like I said, still in the same realm of what we're talking about too. Because obviously we talked about the Wendy's car, badass, looking good. But number 1, the number 41 Cole Custer driving Andy's Frozen Custard.
I knew this was gonna be on it. I just knew it.
That red and blue with a little bit of yellow in there. It was
I knew it.
Chef's kiss. The colors, like the way they blended them so well. I mean, obviously this is a NASCAR show, JB, and we're here in Detroit, and I like the Red Wings and stuff like that. I'm gonna trust tree right now. I like the Montreal Canadiens too, and I've always liked them from a little kid because they have that blue across their chest. It's something about the color blue, and when you like certain colors go really well together.
Montreal Canadiens.
Hey, je me dis like Canadians. I said fuck Canadians in French, so like. But something about like those certain colors that when you just pair them together, they're like undeniably really nice, and I think that like the Pantones of the blue and the red, that like I said, that little like trim line they've mixed in there too of the yellow. And like that shape, I loved it. I thought it was badass. I was talking about it with my roommate and his girlfriend. We were watching the end of the race together. I was watching the whole race, but they kind of joined me for the last couple, like 30 laps or so.
Okay.
And yeah, they were talking about how like they thought some of the cars were looking pretty cool. The Wendy's car they mentioned, the frozen custard car they mentioned as well, because you could see like as they're driving around, they just kept seeing the frozen custard car. It was up near the front of the pack at one point too, and I was just like, hell yeah, baby! I thought it looked cool, man. And then Cole Custer in the custard.
I know, it just kind of makes so much sense of like them doing it.
That was cool and funny. So I dug that. So that's my top 3 cars of the week.
I respect it. I like it.
Of course. Obviously, last time we did this, we had like 2 of the 3 together.
I know, right?
This time we only had 1, and obviously Daniel Suarez made it an easy decision for us.
Obviously,
made it hard for us not to have the same car. So,
I will say you did help me with the whole food car. So I'm like, damn it, Chase, because I was looking at the cars. I'm like, God, I like this food car. Damn it.
Well, you went double food cars.
I know. Yeah. I've never done double food cars. I think in any of our the rankings.
One of these days, JB, we're gonna end up with like 6 food cars.
Oh.
They're gonna have a Long John Silver's running. They're gonna have the Wendy's out there. We're gonna have the McDonald's car out there, and then Chili's. Who are all the other food sponsors they got out there? Maybe some candies. Maybe M&M's comes back or something like that.
Oh, that would be sweet if they brought the
Skittles.
M&M's back.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be dope.
But yeah, like I said, couple of cool food cars, like some throwback food cars too from back in the day. So, but yeah, I was telling you, JB, I want to dive into the broadcast.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because we were talking about the swirl, and like I I thought.
Shout out to our guy Justin walking in.
Yo, hell yeah, is that hell yeah, dude, Justin did today. Yeah, I thought they did a really I had a really fun time listening to them talking. I think it's a cool hangout with listening to Harvick and Boyer and Mike Joy and all of them. I was not a fan of them going to the dual split screen commercial with 10
that
laps
was
to go, 13 laps to go.
Different.
And then with they just running like that until there's 5 left and then you go full screen. It was annoying.
I mean, I don't mind it because I've seen that happen in other sports, especially wrestling as well too, but just it was different. I'll say that. I don't know if fans are really used to that or want to see more of that, but it was definitely different. It still keeps you in line of what's going on in the action while still paying your sponsors off as well too, going to commercial. But I don't know. I can kind of see where you're kind of annoyed with it.
Yeah, I mean, it just sucks because it's Dega and they're at any moment you could have that big wreck, and it's always in the last 10 laps or so of the race when people are really fighting for position, and to have the smaller screen, the smaller picture-in-picture with the commercial going on, talking over it, the commercial going over it. I just thought it was kind of annoying, and I know there's a lot of people on Reddit too because I love diving into the NASCAR Reddit TV. It's a fun place, and you'll find a lot of other Austin Dillon haters.
Shout out, I got Justin over here. What's up?
Shout out, man. But there's a lot of Austin Dillon haters in there too. I got a couple.
Of course, there's more.
I got some solid upvotes on some biggest villains in NASCAR and stuff like that.
Just hate this man so much.
It's easy, right? It's like the opposite of rage bait, where it's just easy likes. It's like posting one of those videos of the student manager getting to run 75 yards for the touchdown in the last game of the year. You know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're
talking about. One of those videos.
I know what you're talking about.
But in the opposite, where you just hate on Austin Dillon, everybody's like, "Oh yeah, dog pile." Can't wait to hate on him because he sucks. He sucks. 5 wins in 11 years, all Mickey Mouse.
Got in the top 10 this one by
Mickey Mouse top.
By wreck and disqualification, but I'm telling you right now, there's gonna be one day where he's gonna just finish first, and then you're just gonna be like, "Oh, yeah, you're right. We have to talk about this."
He will get another win again one day, possibly, maybe, in 5 and 11 years. So that's maybe in another year or two, because he won last year. But you know how he got that last win, JB?
What's that?
He is in contention, trying to make the next round of the playoffs. He crashes Joey Logano, not bumps him and runs him,
doesn't on purpose.
Wrecks him, and then that's to get from third to second. And then what's he got to? Then he gets up to Denny Hamlin, runs him into the wall, straight up crashes 2 drivers back to back to get the win, and he ends up getting the win. But instead of advancing him into the next round, NASCAR says, "Fuck you, you're." They
didn't like the win.
He didn't advance on to the next round, and it's just horseshit. He's a bullshit driver. He sucks. Shouldn't be in NASCAR. Like I said, driving the Xfinity Series, driving the Truck Series, stay in the Cup Series, but don't drive the number 3 because it's reserved for the legend. So we have, like I said, the Intimidator, the Imposter, and Richard Childress.
I mean, I respect it. I got to find my most hated driver. I don't know if I have one yet.
Growing up, I had a few, but I ended up starting to love the guys. I wasn't a big Jeff Gordon fan or Jimmy Johnson as a kid, but they grew on me as I got older and stuff. But so I don't mind them. But yeah, it's just Austin Dillon now. So, but we got the guys in the studio. Obviously, Justin's in here. Our guy Sam. So
get up here, Justin.
What's up, guys? How we doing, fellas? My beautiful men. Quick update for Fast and Loose here.
What's up?
I am I'm working on getting us credentials for the Detroit Grand Prix.
Oh hell yeah, we're working on that too.
Yeah, so hell yeah, because I already talked to Kool-Aid as I don't want to cover it for who I've been covering it for the last couple of years. So I've been talking to Kool-Aid about that. So if you guys have also been talking to Kool-Aid about that, that's hype.
We're a couple other guys here at Woodward were helping us possibly get it hooked up. So
not
only Kool-Aid, but our guy, the real deal, Neil Rule. We had the Grand Prix poster contest went around a couple weeks ago on Big D Energy. Possibly talking about maybe trying to get credentials for MIS too.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. So great things going up for the Fast and Loose fellas here. So
hell
make
yeah.
sure you tap in, like, subscribe. Also subscribe to the Chase Lounge. I've been tapping into that as well.
Oh, dude, have you?
Yeah. See, I was literally just scrolling on my YouTube one day, and I was like, Chase Lounge. Oh,
Ah,
I watched
see?
it. And I don't remember what you were yapping about, but I was dying laughing. So make sure you tune into that.
Appreciate it. Yeah. I was
Look
gonna
at that.
wait another week or two to bring that up, but yeah, like I said, there's some cool stuff happening
Look
on
at that.
on the Chase Family YouTube page. Not just Fast and Loose, but tap in, and we'll see you guys tomorrow, or we'll see you guys next
Next
time.
week.
But, Chase Lounge will see you tomorrow. So.
Peace.